You're listening to the Soft Living Podcast. Something I've been thinking about lately is the idea of burnout. We often associate it with doing too much, whether that's taking on too many responsibilities or pouring too much of ourselves into work we care about. Pursuing something meaningful can be tiring because you're investing your time, creativity, your attention, and a part of yourself into it. But there's another kind of exhaustion that we don't talk about enough. It's the exhaustion that comes from not using your gifts. I don't think most of us stop using our gifts because we don't care about them anymore. Life gets full, we have so many responsibilities to get to. We become good at meeting expectations, solving problems and showing up for work or our business and taking care of people around us. And somewhere along the way, the parts of us that once felt creative, curious, or alive become easier to postpone. Not because they've stopped mattering, but because they've stopped feeling urgent. The problem is there is an emotional cost to repeatedly leaving parts of yourself unexplored. You can be productive and responsible, even successful by other people's standards, but still feel like something is missing. There have been seasons and times in my life where I was too busy to create or get to the things that brought me joy. I thought to myself, I'll come back to this when life settles down or when I have more energy and time. But instead of feeling relieved, I felt less like myself. It wasn't because I wasn't accomplishing enough. It was because I wasn't making space for something that genuinely brought me joy. And I wonder how many of us mistake that feeling for needing a vacation, a new routine, go shopping, or have another goal to chase, when what we're really missing is an opportunity to express a part of ourselves we've been neglecting. I also think we've been taught to measure our gifts by what we produce. If you write, it should become a book. If you paint, you should sell your work. If you start a business, it should grow. If you make a podcast, people should listen. And somewhere along the way, we start believing our gifts only matter if they lead to a tangible outcome. But what if that's only part of the story? What if one of the reasons we're given these interests, talents, and passions is because we're meant to experience the joy of using them? Not everything you create has to become your career, and not every idea has to become a business. Not every passion has to become productive. Sometimes the value is found in the act itself. Success isn't always measured by what your gift becomes. Maybe success is that you used it, that you wrote a page of a book, that you picked up the paintbrush, you planted a garden, took that trip, or you shared an idea and connected with someone about it, that you made the thing you couldn't stop thinking about. Because every time you do, you're reminding yourself that there's more to you than your responsibilities. Our gifts don't disappear when we stop using them, but I do think that they become easier to overlook. The desire to create, to teach, to build, to help, to express yourself doesn't necessarily leave. It simply gets pushed further down the priority list until one day you realize how long it's been since you've felt like yourself. That's why ignoring our gifts can feel so draining. Not because we're failing to reach our potential, but because we're disconnecting from a part of ourselves that brings us energy. And that's an important distinction. This isn't about becoming successful, it's about becoming more whole and authentically ourselves. It's recognizing that the things you're naturally drawn to aren't always asking you to produce something extraordinary. Sometimes they're simply inviting you to participate in your own life a little more fully. If you've been feeling stuck lately, the question isn't what do I need to achieve next? Maybe it's what part of myself have I not made time for? The answer doesn't have to change your entire life. It might simply change how you feel within it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and making space to listen to my reflections. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to know what gift you've been wanting to make space for. You can share this episode with someone who might need the reminder. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to follow the podcast and leave a review. It helps more people find these conversations. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember that making space for what makes you feel alive isn't a distraction from your life. It's part of living it.